Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachadash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is, which nation, all nations had taken captivity. And pretty much, when the kingdom of heaven is established, all nations outside of the nation of Israel will be in captivity, which means they will go into slavery. Now, this lesson pretty much came through inspiration of something I was listening to last night, the Apocrypha reading that the brother Sayonara from the DC camp did. It's on YouTube. It's called GMS Sound of Apocrypha. Pretty much he read the whole Apocrypha, and the part where I was listening to was in the book of First Maccabees, and he read First Maccabees, the whole book, and when he got to the second chapter of the first book of Maccabees, there was something that he read in there dealing with Mattathias, which was the father of Judas Maccabees, and the other son, and his other sons, his other 5 sons. It was 5 sons altogether, Judas Maccabees being one. And there was something he mentioned in there that pretty much got the wheels turning for a lesson. I'm joined here with the elder Damashapat.
Shalom, shalom.
And I'm going to read First Maccabees 2. I'm going to read First Maccabees 2 and 1. Then I'm going to jump around. The point is a little further down, but let me read the first verse and then we'll take it from there. First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 1. In those days arose Mattathias the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jorib, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. Then it gives you Elissa's 5 sons, and it goes on to verse 7. It says, he said, woe is me, wherefore was I born to see this misery of my people, and of the holy city to dwell there, when it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers. Now, when you go back into the history, the first time that the temple that King Solomon built was destroyed was during the time of the Babylonians, or the Babylonian Empire. And after that, it lay dormant or desolate for a period of time until the Medo-Persian Empire got into power and took down the Babylonian Empire. And when they were established, the very first king of Persia, which was Cyrus, gave a decree that the nation of Israel, was to build back up the temple and build Jerusalem back up. And after that, they went into a reconstruction period. And then what happened was eventually, after the reconstruction, or during the reconstruction, the nations came and hindered the building by going to the following king after that and telling them that this was a rebellious nation, that if they were able to set up their kingdom, they would become rebellious. They wouldn't want to pay tribute, and they would just basically just rebel against the king. So the king went and made search in the chronicles of the Medes and the Persians, and he found that that was so. But then later on, it was found out that it was an order of Cyrus to build the temple. So Jake went ahead and they got to go ahead again during the time of Darius, and they actually built the temple. Now, after they built the temple, the kingdom was translated from the Medo-Persians to the Greeks. Now, during the time of the Greeks, Alexander the Greek allowed Jake to, govern among themselves, do what they had to do. But later on, after he died and his kingdom was split among his generals, which was Ptolemy, Seleucus, Lysimachus, and Cassander, that after that period, there was a line of the Seleucid, which was known as the Seleucid Empire. And through that empire, you had an individual by the name of Antiochus IV Epiphanes, who was the one that came and destroyed the temple and made Jake sacrifice swine's flesh. You weren't able to keep the Sabbath day. You weren't able to keep the laws, statutes, commandments. You weren't able to circumcise the children. You weren't able to keep feasts. You weren't able to do anything, pertaining to the nation of Israel. So from that point on, that's when the Hellenization period began. So this is the time frame where the Mattathias and the others, his other sons, including Judas, which was known as Judas Maccabees, were on the scene, and he saw the outcome of, or he saw the destruction of, the nation of Israel, the temple, so on and so forth. And this is what he's speaking about: the sanctuary being taken over and given into the hands of these strangers. And then, whenever you feel like jumping in, Elder D. Masters, it says, her temple is become as a man without glory. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy. We're in April 2024. March of 2024, which is the middle of March, almost. The hopeful year of Jacob's trouble.
Yeah, and today, I don't know if anybody heard about it, but they just
you got it.
They just which is temp jobs. Do away with temp jobs now. So, gig work is also Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft. All of those app-based jobs. They're trying to do away with that.
Instacart.
Yep, Instacart. All of those app jobs. But just reading. I don't want to get too far.
Right. No, that's cool. But that's the point, because that's going to bring about problems. Mm-hmm. That's going to bring about it's one of the things that's going to bring about Jacob's trouble. And as I was saying, during that time of the Greeks, during the time of the Babylonians, during the time of the Greeks, those are bad times for Jacob at that time. But it's nothing compared to what's coming in these times right now. And all of those things are going to contribute to it, because you have Jake out there that have 2 jobs, and then they do the app-based jobs just to get a little extra money, maybe for gas or food or whatever, and they're cutting down on that. So that's going to bring these hard times, So it goes on in 1 Maccabees 2:10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? You see, so pretty much all nations have had a part in Jake's troubles and Jake's spoils and putting Jake into captivity. And all nations, every last one of them, is going into captivity.
Yeah, and they all come together to figure out ways how to keep us down as a nation of people.
That's right.
Figure out our ways to try to keep us from coming into the fold of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. To coming back to our true heritage.
That's right.
Go ahead.
I got something for you. This is Psalms 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power.
Yep. Hey, keep not thy silence. The Lord remember all these nations that came up against us. And especially this current one we're in right now. That stem from the bloodshed of both kingdoms.
Yeah.
The bloodshed of all of our people, and is oppressive to all of our people to this very day.
Yep.
They got the so-called border crisis. And that's just fueling contention among Jake. Simple Jake said, "Oh, we got all these Hispanics coming in over the border." But that's a tool of Satan, man.
Yeah, but what about the Hamites and the Ishmaelites and the Moabites that are coming in? They ain't got nothing to say about them.
Yeah. A lot of people coming from India, coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
But the focus is on the Latin tribes, because why? Because that's said to be the border where everybody's coming from.
Yep, and then that they know, these devils know that the so-called South American, Central American, and so-called Mexicans are Israelites. Mm-hmm. They know that they're of the Northern Kingdom, so they're pushing that contention between Judah and the Northern Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So it goes on to say, verse 2, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Yeah, man.
And like Elder D was saying, you know, these nations, you know, they're the ones that's really coming together to put hell on Jacob. When you go back into Ezra, the 4th chapter, right? And I believe it's also in 1st Ezra, if I'm not mistaken. It speaks about the nations coming together, joining hand in hand, pretty much, to stop the building of the physical temple during the time of the Medieval Persian Empire. Today, during the time of Esau's empire, they're trying to put a stop to the spiritual building of the house or the tabernacle of David. That's the same thing they're doing now.
Yep, and that tumult is where tumultuous comes from, meaning that everything spirals into chaos. They want everything. See, the thing is they have, you know, that saying, order out of chaos.
Yep.
So they want to create chaos so they can look like they can come in and look like the good guys. You know, when you see in that movie, what was it? Was it Superman when he turned himself in and went to jail, or who was that?
Oh no, that was that was Hancock.
Oh yeah, so like Hancock.
It's all right.
Hancock, when he turned himself in and went to jail, you see the crime rates skyrocket. You know, shit start getting crazy, man.
But that's what they want. Like you mentioned, order at chaos, and that's exactly what they want, because they want things chaotic out here so that anarchy could come in and they could, you know, enforce or declare martial law to be able to send the military troops in to quell the situation, therefore deeming the military to govern, you know, the so-called United States instead of each state law. See, and that's the very definition of martial law, when the military comes in and pretty much takes over the operations of the country. And that's what they want to do. They show you that in different movies, like the movie Siege and others.
Yeah.
You know, when anarchy is in the streets, or when some type of pestilence or something's in the streets, they send forth the military to quell the situation, whether it's the National Guard or the Reserve or some other military group. And that's why the Lord said that they shall be like madmen, sparing none. And this is why you have a lot of these nations, the young men of these nations, you know, military age, from maybe they're 18, 20, 25, maybe till about 40 or so, or even a little older. Because they know that when the time comes, you have police that are not going to be with, American police that are not going to be with, you know, put the hell on the people, American public. And then you also going to have military men of America that are not going to want to put hell on the American people. You see, but they know that these foreign troops have they don't give a damn about the American public. So that's why I said they shall be as madmen, sparing none. But it goes on Psalms 83:3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And who are the hidden ones? The Israelites. The people of the Most High are the Israelites. And this is the biggest threat to the New World Order of Esau, are the Israelites, but not just the Israelites in general, but the Israelites that are awoke to what's really going on, that know that they're Israelites, that are out here teaching and breaking down the prophecies properly. I'm talking about the men, of course, you know? And that's the biggest threat. That's why you have that's why they clone Tyrone. That's why you have your what they call Ray Rays and Pookies and your Big Shirleys and Keishas, because this is the condition of the state they want Jake in, because they know as long as Jake is in that condition, they're only a threat to themselves and not to Esau and to his New World Order.
Yeah, and Jake perpetuates that. What was it? That Jim Crow mindset? No, not Jim Crow.
Willie Lynch.
Willie Lynch mindset. Jake perpetuates that Willie Lynch mindset, man. You know, all these years, man, and Jake still can't come together. You know, but you know what? Jake not gonna come together until the most of them die.
That's it.
You know, it's gonna take a lot of death for Jake to get it. You know.
That's right.
That's why the Lord set up the elect, because He's gonna kill so many Jakes that He had to set some by. You know, so that the children of Israel could survive it.
Right.
You know, a small remnant. The Lord had to set that small remnant up because He's gonna open up with so much judgment that there's gonna be dead bodies everywhere.
Yeah. And the average person out here is gonna bug out when they see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they might be used to seeing one person dead or get shot or whatever, then the block scatters, or 2 people or 3, you know. But to see mass people getting taken out, they're not used to that. They weren't raised up in a third world country where people are used to seeing people get their heads chopped off, limbs chopped off, seeing people's torso ripped from and their guts hanging out.
Yeah.
They're not used to seeing stuff like that. They'll bug out. To understand or be around something like that so much that your feelings become numb, you know, and your emotions become numb to it.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen to people that's close to them. Hey, the Lord is about to. Hey, you're gonna see kids. Hey, kids starving. You know, families starving to death.
Yep.
You know, hey, that's exactly what happened. The scriptures say, as it has been, it shall be.
Right.
So even back in 70 AD, they had the siege where they cut off the city and people were starving.
Yep.
So that's going to happen again in America. There's going to be another siege where there's going to be another famine.
Yep. Yeah, because the Jake out here, on the picture, like back then, you had storage. You know, you had, the people that lived in the city, you had walls around the city, and then you had provisions within the city, and then, every once in a while, you have provisions coming in and to restock whatever was low. But Jake don't have that. Jake just has the food they have in their house. If they have a week's worth of food in their house, that's a lot.
Yeah, and food is expensive now.
Hell to the game.
It's food. I remember you could $150 and walk out with full bags of food.
Shit, a whole cart.
But now you paying $150. You walking out with a half a bag of food.
Yep. 10 items.
And especially how we eat, because I don't eat everything. I'm not no chicken nugget eating,
creep
deviant. I try to stay away from processed foods.
Yep.
So it's
TV dinners.
Yeah, it's getting hard, man. It's getting hard to even eat right.
Yep. Frozen mac and cheese.
Yep. Frozen mac and cheese, man. Doctored up.
I can't do nothing with that. Psalms 83 and 4. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance." Yeah, this road's fucked up. It said they have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation," and that's what they did. And all nations are complicit in this. All right, even today, they were together back then doing it. They're together today doing it. All right, you better believe that the elite, or not even the elite, the rulers of these top governments of the world know who we are. Know that these devils have plans against us, and they're not saying shit. Mm-hmm. That's why in Revelation it said that they didn't suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, meaning they didn't put their mind at ease.
Yep, and these other nations, they know exactly who we are.
Oh yeah,
they know who we are. I shut down a whole group. On a ghost account. It was like, well, free Palestine, free Palestine. I said, well, the people in Palestine uphold the lie that the so-called the white man that's in that land is the real Jews. So why should there be any mercy upon them? You're totally against Israel, but you uphold their lies. Yep. And then you know what? It wasn't nothing else said. Why don't you tell them who the real Israelites are?
They won't.
They're not gonna tell them. So hey, to hell with you.
Fuck them.
Yeah, man.
So it says they have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation."
Mm-hmm. All these nations, yeah, they have wars with each other, but they all come together to fuck over the children of Israel.
That's right.
You know, talking about we going with this faction and that faction, but the only thing they have peace together is to fuck over us. And then on top of that, Jake do it. Our people fuck over each other.
Yep.
You know? So hey man, the Lord is about to bring some major judgment.
That's right. It says that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Yep, they want to do away with us totally.
Right. And I'm sorry. And the name part of it is that the name of Israel still exists because it's the state is still called Israel.
Yeah.
So what does it mean that the name of Israel will be no more in existence? Meaning among the people that are truly the Israelites.
Yeah.
So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You got it.
Exactly. And really the name is Yasharallah.
That's it.
Anyway, you know. So that name Israel is a made-up term, pretty much. The real name of that land is Yasharallah.
That's right.
Name of the people is Yasharallah.
Break it down.
You know.
Yah is
He's the Prince of God.
Shah is Prince, and Allah is God. He is the Prince of the Power, or loosely translated as Elder Pastor R says, sons of God, the sons of the Most High. All right. So it goes on to say, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. It says the tabernacles of Eden. So a confederate means what? That they conspire. The word conspire is with breath. They came together. A conspiracy is two or more people coming together for one purpose.
Yep.
So they're all complicit. All of them are complicit.
Yep.
The Lord said they're complicit.
Absolutely.
Just because you don't see them saying, whispering, to each other, hey, we got to get these Negroes and these Latinos and these Native American Indians, so we can't let them know who they are. Don't mean that they're not doing it. Don't mean that they're not in bed together. Because a lot of the shit that they do is in secret.
Yep.
That's why King David said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. Because they do this shit in secret. They're not going to do it openly or outwardly.
Hey, the elite ruling class, they don't care about the middle class and below them people. They don't care about a lot of the rich class or middle class to the elite class of that nation.
Right.
So they'll have casualties just to sway the hearts of men among their own people and Jake. Just like that shit that happened in Hawaii. All them houses burned up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it says the tabernacles of Edom, first in the line is the so-called white men, the tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek. Now, Amalek are Edomites, but Amalek is the top chief house of Esau. They're the chief ones.
Yeah.
They're the ones that's running things. They're the ones that's giving the marching orders of everything you see going on out here. This is why they have control of everything in the world, all sources of media. That's why now they're passing the law. I believe it's up in Canton, UK, where any self-made news alternative, like an alternative media, is going to be against the law. It could be jailed. You were telling me about it, Elder Dimash.
You said what?
In the UK, there's come on.
Just because there's a lot of information coming out on TikTok. Eventually they're gonna pretty much ban social. YouTube,
Facebook,
Instagram. So man, like they really want to attack, you know, the ability for you to speak your mind.
Yeah, that's why these apps that you use, that you put on your phone, they always ask for permission, because eventually through those apps, they're spying on you, whatever you watching. So if you are in the government that controls the internet, they control what you watch. And if you try to click on the site, they say, nope, you can't go there, you're restricted. You're entering a restricted area. Turn around, you should be fired upon. You know? But this is what they want to do. This is why they want to make everything digital. Because the ones that are off the grid, they're not concerned with them. Because the ones off the grid are going to be very few in comparison to the majority that's going to be on the grid. These are the ones that they're going to implement the MOTB on. You see? To be able to operate in this new society that they're bringing. This is why they want everybody micro C-hipped. This is why they want everybody connected. This is why they got everybody, leaning towards the technology of the virtual technology. Because they want everybody locked in there so that they can leave their miserable life behind that they're going to be faced with and escape the misery through that virtual reality that'll put them in the fantasy land.
Metaverse.
Yeah. That'll put them in the fantasy world.
Yep. And you know what? The thing is, the scriptures say, because iniquity abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So right now, the thing is, everybody's divided. This devil is doing his witchcraft through the television or the programming to turn the people one against another. So everybody's on that, me shit, and life is harder for them because they can't find a situation for themselves where they have help. But usually, you have a wife, you and your wife work, y'all can kind of have a decent, income coming into the same house, and y'all can kind of do a little bit better in life. But now there's so much separation, people can't even come together.
Right, and with so many restrictions and the dollar being devalued by the day, and the constant printing, which is causing even more and more devaluation of the dollar, the price of living is going up because the currency that's being used to pay for things is going down. It's being devalued, just like it was in the Roman Empire prior to the Roman Empire collapsing.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this too. A lot of these so-called sisters, you talking about I'm a sister. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't no helpmate to no goddamn body. You just out there living. And then that's it, man.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't no helpmate to no goddamn body. So what's the difference between you and any other fucking woman?
Yeah. Hey, because you're not exempt from what's coming either.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, women are gonna get it the worst. Especially these women that claim to be Israelite women that are full of shit.
You don't get saved because you wear a fucking head wrap. It's cool, but what are you doing to help anybody but yourself?
That's right. And if the shoe fits, get rid of it, get another pair. But if it doesn't fit, if you must have quit.
Yeah, a lot of these women are full of fucking shit, man. Yeah. Shalom, brother. A lot of y'all full of shit.
Yes, sir.
That's I'll say shalom back.
You're gonna be affected.
They some of the biggest ones that being entertained by the truth. Like, man,
Yeah, well, when the Lord said, among my people have found wicked men, that includes women too.
Yeah, because the woman is of the man.
Yep.
And there's more women than men that's wicked.
That's right.
Because if you got to think,
women are wicked, period.
The 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed, and women outnumber men. What, 4 to 1, 5 to 1?
Yep.
So that means the majority of the 2/3 is going to be destroyed is women.
Yeah. And then, you're going to have a lot of men that's going to die in these wars, whether it be wars in the military or race wars or different riots or whatever the case may be. And those majority of those women are going to be running to try to get a man in that day to save their skanky ass hide.
Yeah. Yep. And the Lord, hey, what makes you think you deserve a man of the Lord? You weren't trying to get one when it was convenient.
Right.
So now all hell break loose. Now this heavy oppression makes you want to submit for a change.
Right.
But it's too fucking late. Everybody's people are going to become liabilities real soon, man. Having a woman is going to be a liability to a lot of people, man. Because if I got a whole family to take care of, but it's hard for me to take care of myself, then hey, that's pretty much a liability.
Yeah. I got some. Isaiah 32:1. Behold, the king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And the kingdom is coming. But before the kingdom comes, there's going to be problems and situations.
Yep, there's going to be situations. And you know what? It was in every at the end of every captivity of our people. You know, at the beginning, at the end, it was always, you know, a situation to where the Lord had to take life.
Yeah.
Every salvation, pretty much, it was always and a lot of the salvations, it was a die-off at the beginning. Yeah. You know.
Yep.
You got to think, the time of Noah, the time when we came out the wilderness. Yep. It was like a huge die-off. You know. With every great salvation, there's going to be a great die-off. Yeah. Of people like, and then another thing, man. Go ahead. You got it.
Verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind.
And a man going to be as a hiding place from the and not any man.
Right.
A man of the Lord, man. You know.
Yep. To who? To these women.
Yep. And the mind of a man of the Lord is to rule his house. The scriptures say that if you can't rule your own house, how can you rule the house of the Lord? That's written in the scriptures. But you know, having a woman makes it hard for you to rule your house because she's in competition with you.
Yeah, and the scriptures say such shall have trouble in the flesh. You know, you need the woman's created for comfort. The scriptures say that a woman that won't comfort a man in a time of trouble, you know, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. You know, because basically what they're saying is that you women, if you're not doing what the Lord created you to do, then you're creating more problems than there already are. You know, because you bought that serpent's juice, you know, thinking that you are equal to the man and that a man's supposed to bring everything to the table and you don't have to bring nothing.
Yeah. But how you a helpmate if you see, that's the thing, that's the big thing. Hey, man's supposed to pay everything. So how the fuck you a helpmate?
Right.
Who the hell are you helping? And the scriptures say, don't the scriptures say a woman shall compass a man? So if you compass me, how am I footing every goddamn thing?
Yep. It says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Hey, when these doors start getting kicked in, then niggas gonna want to get afraid. You know what? I should have got me a man of the Lord. Well, hey, those kicks are getting closer.
Yep.
You know, it's gonna get so bad. You know, hey, people say the scriptures say people wander the street like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord.
Yeah.
The reason why they're gonna wander the streets because they ain't gonna have nowhere to fucking go.
Yeah, it's gonna be great misery.
It's gonna be trouble in every direction.
Great misery, man. It's coming.
Hey, what's that movie we just watched? Code 8-2?
Yep.
Where they was releasing cyborgs on Jake?
Oh man.
They had the robot dogs inoculating people with a death shot.
Yep.
You know?
And then the police would say, no, it's for the help of the people. They would never harm as long as you don't do anything. And that's exactly what them dogs are doing. Fuck people up.
Yeah, killing people.
Yep. Them robots was killing people. You know? And
they got this stuff. They got this stuff for real. They got the robot dog.
The K word. They didn't like the K word. Yeah. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, hey, all these nations, they of Israel, man, the saints, the men of the Lord are gonna be raised up with power. The men of the Lord are gonna be raised up with power. Or they're gonna be protected.
Yep.
You know? But at the same time, there's going to be so much death. you know, in every direction. And people, man, like the scriptures.
I got some real quick. This is Daniel chapter 9, verse 12. And he, meaning the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon.
Under the whole heaven hath not been done.
So that means all these nations had a hand in putting us into captivity.
Yep.
And all these nations are going to drink of that cup.
They are.
Matter of fact,
that cup.
I got this one and I got one more. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, and verse 16. That must be at some high altitude. My ears are clogged up.
Yeah.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Every one of them shall go into captivity, man. You know, all these nations. And you know, like the thing is, Jacob walk up to the camp, to the camp and see the signs, and look at all the people on the 12 tribes chart, and then ask, what about the white man? What about the Chinese man?
They won't even ask about. They'll just ask about Esau.
Yeah.
They don't normally ask about anybody but the goddamn devil.
Yep.
The goddamn devil.
Yeah.
It says, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Yep. Now that captivity, this one particular nation is not going to rise back up no more.
Yep.
And you know,
Esau
is not going to rise back up no more. And, you know, like that bullshit that they saying over there at IURC is this man is going to rule another. You know what? If you're saying that this man is going, you know, Yahweh Shai is going to come back and deliver us, but this man is going to put us back in slavery, then you don't want to leave this kingdom. You don't want to get you're not looking for deliverance.
Nah. But you know, that's the talk of somebody that's comfortable.
Yep.
Somebody that's comfortable ain't gonna, you know, you know, they're gonna want things. We just gotta wait. Yeah, because you're comfortable. You're living good. You got everything. You had no need for nothing. So therefore, you don't want the end to come.
Yeah.
You're not concerned about when the end is gonna come, because you're living it up.
Yeah, you're doing well. You know, got your nice little underground garage.
Got several homes.
Yeah, several homes. You know, nice whip. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got the wife, the wife that watches cooking channels, cook dinner for the kids. Yeah, you don't want to leave that. You don't want that to be trouble.
Yeah, you got your underground railroad.
You don't want that to be disturbed.
You know, because you're looking to be here.
Mm-hmm.
You're not concerned with the end, because to you, you're doing good. So you don't. But when you're in a position of doing good, you don't need salvation. Scripture says, you know, woe to them that are rich, for you receive your consolation.
Yeah.
You know, when you catch in hell, you want your consolation. You want salvation.
Right.
And when you're doing good, you're not looking for that. I got Obadiah 1:15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Yeah.
Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
So, hey, and we're hastening the day.
Yes, sir.
The righteous men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and women are hastening the day that the Lord comes back, man. You know.
Yeah.
You know, you're not trying to prolong the day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai because you got some business plans. Some investments that you're waiting to mature, or whatever the case may be.
Get nest egg.
Yeah, in this investment, I hope the Lord hold off till this investment come through for me.
Crazy.
And to hell with everybody else that's suffering for your little funky investment. You know, Jake is selfish, man.
Yep.
You should want everybody to be healed. Hey, in the kingdom of heaven, all of us, it ain't gonna just be you getting your little investment. Everybody's gonna have their investment.
Yep, and you're gonna have levels.
Yep. But we ain't gonna live like peasants. We ain't gonna be under these nations no more.
Yep. all Israel's going to be rich. Even the least rich is going to be super rich.
Yeah, yeah.
How about that? This is verse 16. It says, for as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink. They're going to drink continually, meaning day after day after day after day for 1,000 years. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Meaning, when you are a slave, you have no rights. You pretty much don't exist.
Yeah.
You just there to serve your master, to do your master's will.
Yeah, you're just a mule.
Right? You have no opinion. You have no say. You can't make any suggestions. You just serve and shut the fuck up.
Yep. Yep. And take these lashes. Yep. No, sir.
And you know, pretty much made the point. I mean, Satan was hindering us at the beginning, so I don't know how much at the beginning it caught. But hey, Barakatah Yahweh Shem El Shai, you know, persevered and made it through. So with that, we pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time we say Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.